In today's video, Shavkat Rakhmonov has issued a threat against Ilia Topuria, fueled by irresponsible media outlets spreading false claims and stirring up tension between the two fighters. Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria's mother has added to the intrigue by releasing a book that explores his wild past, addressing those who doubted that Topuria had ever been involved in street fights. But that's not all. Magomed Ankalaev has made a shocking declaration. He wants the UFC belt so badly he's willing to fight Alex Pereira even during Ramadan. As if that wasn't enough, Ankalaev has turned up the heat on his rivalry with Pereira by posting a mocking video aimed directly at the Brazilian. And at the end of this video, Mike Tyson makes a huge confession, admitting that he thought Hasbulla was a child when they first met. But please show your appreciation by giving a fat like and subscribing to the channel. So, thank you in advance. Let's start the video with the news that Topuria's mother recently wrote a book where she opens up about his wild history, including street fights in Georgia. Georgi Kokiashvili shared this development on X. Let me read to you what Georgi wrote. I assure you, it is very interesting. I'm reading the book Mother and Ilia, which tells the story of Ilia Topuria's mother, Inga, who is from Abkhazia, a region of Georgia occupied by Russia. There is a part of the story about Ilia and his brother Alexandre fighting in the streets of Rustavi, Georgia. I will translate it. Georgi posted, Inga, the mother of Ilia. I mentioned fights, and this was about street fights. It was not rare, it was a daily routine. Whenever they were in the streets, they were fighting. 3 boys would appear. They looked like they had just watched Scarface movie and didn't know what to do. They would come and tell you that they wanted your hat or your belt. There were 3 ways: giving up, running away, and fighting. There was a 4th one, finding a mutual friend, but this 4th one was a bit difficult, so Ilia and Sandro always preferred to fight, and surprisingly, at the end of the day, they always had a hat and a belt. It was not about the things, it was about to secure, defend their place in the streets. It's where they realized that the way to their biggest championship belts started with keeping their own ordinary belts in the streets of Rustavi. The book, Mother and Ilia, was released in September 2024 and is available only in Georgian. It will be available in Spanish and English soon. This book addresses everyone who doubted that Topuria had never fought on the streets. This discussion began after Topuria claimed that he could beat Islam Makhachev in a street fight.
Do you believe you can beat Islam? Es que cuántas veces ya. Claro que sí. Claro que sí. Makhachev male აუცილებლად. იმედია ამ ჩხუბის მერე. იმედია ამ ჩხუბის მერე.
Subsequently, all of Makhachev's friends sent threatening messages to the Georgian fighter, stating that he would have to answer for those words if they met. Ilia then clarified that his comments were purely from a sporting perspective. He respects Makhachev and acknowledges him as a worthy champion, but has his own competitive interest in beating Makhachev.
De verdad merece el lugar donde tiene. Es un buen campeón y por eso es que me gustaría compartir el octógono con él. No es como Belal.
Despite this, Topuria's confidence has rubbed some people the wrong way. Recently, Topuria was the target of a playful jab from Shavkat Rakhmonov after reports surfaced that Rakhmanov had asked for a fight. The welterweight contender claimed he could fight Topuria with one hand. Rakhmanov posted an image on his Instagram story of himself attempting an armbar submission on a beach, replacing the person in the hold with a picture of Topuria, making it a humorous remark. He wrote, "I heard Topuria wants to fight me. I can fight him with one hand." However, Ilia Topuria never said he wanted to fight Shavkat Rakhmonov. In fact, he even supported the undefeated Kazakh to defeat Muhammad.
Belal versus Shavkat. But Belal, he's a fake champ. He's a fake.
It seems that some media outlet may have spread misinformation to stir up controversy. As for Rakhmonov, he currently without an opponent for UFC 310, has requested an interim title fight while Muhammad recovers from a foot injury. However, Rakhmanov believes that Muhammad could have fought at UFC 310 if he had wanted to, but chose not to due to additional caution.
Yeah, you know, from what I heard and what I know, like, you know, he got these injuries even earlier, you know, before it went public, you know, because I hear him train, you know, already recently, and maybe he just posted this picture recently, but the problem occurred even earlier. So I think he was be able to fight on December 7th, but he wasn't just sure and just being extra careful for that.
Yeah. I can see them trying to do something with Shavkat, but he's calling for an interim title fight, and it's like, interim title fight, bro. It's 6 weeks, not a 6 months that I'm off. But even for myself, if they want to just do that for just to make it a main event, I mean, I don't really care about it if they want to make an interim title fight, regardless, because they know who has the real belt. So for me, I know who my next opponent is going to be. If it ends up being him, and the only person really that makes sense right now would be Kamaru, since Buckley and Gary are out, and you said I think JDM's injured, so there's really nobody else out there. But
an interim fight doesn't make sense right now. It just doesn't. Even Shavkat Usman just doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. It really doesn't. Yeah, that's the only part. It's like him and Usman are training partners, and you guys been in the gym with each other right now. It's like, were you guys looking at each other, watching each other? It's just weird.
Yeah.
I wonder who they would do. We'll see what Hunter and Dana do, right? They're the best.
Magomed Ankalaev has made a crazy statement. He wants the UFC belt so badly that he is willing to fight Alex Pereira even during Ramadan. Ankalaev claims that he has agreed to all 3 dates offered to him by the league for a fight with Pereira, including a potential title fight in March next year, which coincides with Ramadan. I was offered 3 dates, December, February, and March, and I agreed to all 3, the Russian wrote on social media. If I have to win by knockout, I have no problem with it. I promised all my friends that I will punish this guy by knocking him out. I will beat Alex and give him an immediate rematch, as he deserves, and I will stop him twice in a row. Ankalaev has intensified his rivalry with Alex Pereira by posting a compilation of Pereira's losses, labeling him a good loser. Ankalaev remarked, "Alex lost 10 times when I beat him. This is going to be something very normal for him. He knows how to give up." But the reason Pereira gave for refusing to fight Ankalaev is that he is still bothered by a hand injury sustained a month ago during a title fight with American Khalil Roundtree, whom he defeated by technical knockout in the 4th round.
Coloquem na tela aí o que ele fez com o Khalil doente aí, mítico. O cara ficou...
É foda.
É foda, né?
Esse quarto round eu tava dando uns jab e tava machucando a minha mão, cara, te juro. E aí eu falava assim, caramba, velho, pô, minha mão deve estar quebrada, tipo assim. Até hoje dói, se eu apertar. Normal assim não, mas se eu vir no ponto aqui, dói. Machucou.
De tanto bater.
E aí eu dando uns jab, eu vi que os jab estavam funcionando, eu falei, pô, tem que machucar. E pô, eu pegava no meio da cabeça assim, velho, uma das partes mais duras, né? E aí, pô, machucando, eu falei...
Se amassou, rapaz.
Que isso? Ó.
As for Khalil Roundtree, following his back and forth title fight with Alex Pereira last month, he has displayed his fair share of battle scars, most notably on his face after suffering a knockout defeat to the Brazilian. As you may recall, he underwent surgery to repair the damage, and it seems the doctors did an excellent job. Even if some scars remain, they can add to his intimidating presence as a fighter. And at the end of this video, Mike Tyson makes a huge confession, admitting that he thought Hasbulla was a child when they first met.
Hasbulla, is that what it said? Hasbulla?
The short guy, the short guy.
Is that a real video when you cradling him? Is it like,
yeah, you know.
Did you know he was?
I lived the baby. I lived the baby. And I didn't know, I'm hungry, punching me. I don't know, man. I thought I am with children.
Yeah.
And I'm hugging on this guy.
You cradling him, kissing him. Yeah, I didn't know if you actually knew him.
He's like 26 years old.
Yeah. I didn't know if you was like playing it up for the camera or if you actually didn't know.
No, I did not know.
Sure.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe to our channel. We'd be very grateful.